What is up? Good morning, everybody. It is about 10 a.m. almost on Tuesday, and I waited a day. Normally this goes out on Monday, but let me tell you what we had going on. We had Dan made a push for people to volunteer in Kidmin. Gosh, this is what happened last week too. I hate the glare on that in the videos. Dan made a push for people to come and serve in next gen ministries. He said, listen, our next gen ministries are blowing up. That's Kidmin and middle and high school. These are all people who said, yeah, I can volunteer once or twice a month. Some of them even said every single week, which is awesome. So I went through and we added all these people into a sheet. And so now we're trying to get them all called. And we're trying to get people plugged in. So I said, hey, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to wait one day to send out the planning center so that we can get more help. This week, Thursday night, elementary alone had 60 kids. 11 o'clock, elementary alone had 67 kids. I miscounted. I thought we hit 70, and I was like, no, we didn't. So anyway, we even had 17 at 8 o'clock, and I can't remember the exact number at 9:30. But all that being said, we have a lot of kids, a lot of families coming. It's great. But what we need to do is be ready for those small groups. Sorry, my eye itches really bad right now for some reason. What we need to do is for small groups, I want you guys to have good small groups. I want Thursday night, Maddie with first graders had 12. And that is like as big as we want, okay? Like if she gets 13, 14, 15, that's too many. And so we want to get some help for her in that small group, and we want to split it. And then we can go, hey, 6 and 6. But now when two more kids come, now we have 7 and 7 or 8 and 6, either way. Because we want you guys to be having these really good conversations when we get to the discussion, when we get to the activities. We want that to go really, really well. So let's go ahead and, before we jump in, let me say this. In the same way that we are asking people here, hey, can you serve once a month? Can you serve twice a month? Those of you who are here every week, you know that the more you're with these kids, the better the relationship you build with them. When you're taking prayer requests, I had a 5th grade girl come up to me on Thursday night. She goes, hey, remember how last week we prayed for my great uncle? And I said, yeah, I do. And she goes, well, he died this week. And I went, oh, okay. I'm sorry to hear that. She goes, yeah, it's okay. We have his funeral on Saturday. And let me just say this. She feels comfortable enough to come up and tell me that. And this is not, I'm gonna say, this is not like one of the kids that I'm like really close to. These aren't one of my, or she's not one of the kids who comes for 3 services a weekend or anything. She's just a girl who comes on Thursday nights. But I took the time in our small group the previous week to stop and pray for her and her family and her great uncle. I want that to be something that you guys get. So these people are going to get a lesser amount of that at the start because they're not going to have a relationship with these kids like you do. That being said, who do you know outside of serving in Kidmin that you would love to have come and serve alongside you, even if it was just once a month? Who can be a partner to one of these people? Like, what if you had an extra person in your group every single week? It wasn't the same person every single week, but Hannah, you now have Hannah plus 1 in your group at 11 o'clock every single week. So who is someone that you know that you can be inviting in? They don't have to commit their life away like you did because you just love coming in. I know you love it. You're like, I can't wait. Every single week, you never once regret signing up to volunteer in Kidmin, do you? Of course not. He said sarcastically. But if you know someone who would be a great fit, let them know, like, hey, we're doing this push right now. We are asking these people to serve once a month minimum from now until August. That's 6 months. So hopefully by then they love it. They just keep doing that, or they start serving more or whatever. So who do you know that you can invite to come in and join you? I don't want you to just find a volunteer. I want you to find someone to come in and serve with you. I want you to enjoy this as well. Man, I want you to invite your neighbor who comes to church on Sundays at the same time you do to then go join you. Someone from your small group who's not serving to come and serve with you. So let's just blast through this part really quick. Week 2, challenge accepted. Jesus shows me the truth. We are talking about the transfiguration of Jesus from Mark chapter 9. It's where Jesus takes his 3 closest dudes up on a mountain and he turns as white as it says, like his clothes were bleached. He is white, just shining like the sun. And Elijah and Moses appear, and they have this conversation. And in that conversation, God speaks from heaven, and he says, "This is my son whom I love." And it says, "Listen to him." And all this is going on. Jesus at that point, through Mark's gospel, has just gone on to say, "Hey, don't tell anyone what you saw. Hey, I did a miracle, but don't tell anyone. Hey, I may not have revealed that I'm Jesus. Don't tell anyone." And now God is going, "This is my son, and he is Jesus." And on the way down, Jesus goes, "Hey, guys, Peter, James, John, don't tell anyone what you saw." He continues this secret, but the idea is this, that Jesus shows us the truth about who he is. What is truth? Someone can tell you a fact. Is it a fact? Is it an opinion? How do we know the truth? That's a huge thing in society right now. I mean, like, what's fake news? Who do we believe? We believe Jesus. And Jesus shows us the truth. So we're going to have an activity that involves golf tees. We're going to start up on the stage or in the front of the room, 4th and 5th graders. So they're going to play a game, and then after the game, you'll have a question. Has anyone ever told you the truth about something, but it was hard for you to hear? I know for me, it's when I played sports. Getting coached was always a good thing. That being said, my coach was always really big about being like, "Hey, you sucked." Like, we're watching game film on Monday from Friday night's football game, and our coach is showing us the film, and he's like, "Hey, Trevor, look, you missed that block there. Hey, look, you missed that block there. Hey, you ran that route a little bit wrong there." You don't want to hear that. But then he goes, "Hey, so this week we're going to work on this and this and this, so that next week that doesn't happen again." That was really hard to hear, but it was really good in the long run. So, has anyone told you the truth? It's hard to hear. We'll do worship, we'll have our story, and then in our small groups, we're going to start with the reflection, "Let your light shine," which continues onto this page. Every kid's going to get a glow stick. I bought about 300 of the bracelet glow sticks. We still have a couple left over here, but I don't even know if they still work. Like, I don't know how old they are. They're pre-COVID, so kids are going to get that, and you're going to be talking about God's light shines in our hearts and gives us knowledge through Jesus. We can shine the light of truth when we show love to those around us. Can you think of some ways we can shine the light of truth every day? And as they answer that question, give them a glow stick. And then you have some kids who won't be able to. Kindergartners that might really struggle with that. Guys, I'm learning how to do small groups for kindergartners as we go along. So bear with me. Priscilla, Thursday night, you are going to be really the guinea pig on this one. So allow me to help you. And by that, I mean, what I'm giving you right now might not be helpful, and I apologize in advance. So on Thursday night, we'll figure out, but then by Sunday, hey, we'll have it better for you. So we have discussion questions. Who came with Jesus at the top of the mountain? Who appeared at the top of the mountain? What is the truth Jesus shows us? Why should we always choose truth? All those sorts of things. Memory verse activity. You're going to put the memory verse on the screen. Have kids say it, memory, or read it, either way. While their partner does as many jumping jacks as possible during that time. We're going to see who can get the most jumping jacks in while their partner says the verse. It's just a chance for them to get up, get moving, say the memory verse, that kind of stuff. Final activity, true or false statements. You're going to just go, hey, if you think it's true, go to this side. If you think it's false, go to this side. Or if you think it's true, stand up. If you think it's false, sit down. Things like Olympic gold medals are actually made of silver. True or false? That is true. They're made of silver, but they're gold-plated. A baby has more bones than an adult. True or false? That is true. As you grow, your bones fuse together to create less actual bones in your body. How about sharks don't blink their eyes? That is false. They do blink their eyes, which I didn't know. I learned that one just now. And then finally, you have a prayer. You can pray. Someone in your group can pray. You can read this prayer. You can have them pray whatever they want. That's how we're going to finish. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, teens and adults, let's have a great week. Week 2 of our 4th and 5th grade preteen ministry. Week 2 of our kindergartners up. Week 2 of Challenge Accepted. It's going to be a good one. I will see you guys in just a couple of days, 2 days for Thursday night, and then see you Sunday on Sunday. Have a great week. Peace out.